Hey y'all, how you doing? So this is the fruits of my labor from the weekend and dyeing. So I'm a little disappointed in this here. This was that cabbage dyed with no baking soda that when I heat pressed it, it turned purple. Well, it smelled like cabbage, so I put it in the wash machine and all the purple is gone. So disappointing, but it's still a pretty color. This one here was the one that I dyed without baking soda. No, with baking soda, and it was green. Again, it smelled like cabbage. I put it in the wash machine and it turned back like the creamy, dingy white that it was. So I put it in some solution with avocado. I had some avocado liquid left over, and so I did not wash this one because I don't want that to go away. But it does not smell. So there's that. And then we have several papers here, and I left myself some notes. So this here, I usually never hand dip and dry my papers immediately. I normally let them sit overnight because I get busy, and then I forget about them. So they're usually sitting in there for a day or two. And what I noticed is that this hand dipped and then I air dried this outside. It has a different, more vibrant color. Okay, so that's avocado. This here was hand dipped and crumpled. These came out really well. And they didn't dry all the way, and I was impatient. So I dried them with my heat press. So they actually have a really cool texture. I wish that you could just reach through the screen and touch that, because it kind of feels like old paper. It's really kind of cool. So this was what was left over in the pan of avocado, just a couple of sprinkles. Not enough to hand dye one more, but enough to dip it in and do this. So that's what that is. And then this one here is no baking soda, and this is, okay, so actually let me do this one first and then I'll do that one. So this one was no baking soda. It sat in the solution for approximately 9 hours, and I dried this in the oven. And so this one here is this is also no baking soda. This is the leftover solution that was in the pan when I took these papers out, and they were air dried and crumpled, and I don't know if you can see the difference in the color, but this is more vibrant. And again, I dried these with my heat press, and the paper just has a really cool feel to it. I can't wait to use these. They're gorgeous, just gorgeous. And I'm gonna have to make a journal big enough to where I don't end up having to cut off any of the edges there. Okay, so this one was no baking soda, and this one I didn't want to put all the solution in the metal pan that I was using, and so I had about a half to 3/4 of a cup of solution left, and I had kept it in a glass container. And so I don't know if you can see the difference, but again, oven dried, air dried. This is more purple and this is more blue. And I don't know if you can see that on camera, but came from the same solution. This just sat in a metal pan, and this was in the glass jar. Okay. And then this one here, let's do this one first. Okay, so This one here is with baking soda. It sat in the solution about 9 hours, and there was just a little bit left over. This was oven dried. And then, I don't know if you can see the difference, but the liquid that was left over when I took all these out, I put these papers in there, and these are just hand dipped, and then these were crumpled up, and there wasn't as much solution left, so I don't really know if you can get a good look at that, but this was also air dried, and then it was dried. Well, it was mostly air dried and then finished drying with a heat press. My words are just not here today, but I don't know if you can see the color is different. To me, this is more of like a yellowy green, and this is more of a creamy, dingy green. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so those are all my beautiful papers. I have a lot of stuff to work with. Look at that stack of gorgeousness. For those of you that know, I am in the midst of, or don't know rather, I am in the midst of rearranging my office, and it's a complete disaster right now. So I have stuff everywhere. Hopefully I will have everything done soon. I would have to say maybe it's about halfway done, although it doesn't really look it. I do want to get a different table though, because the table that this is here is actually not a table, it's a door. It's a front door to be exact, and it's a big front door, and it is held up by 4 filing cabinets. So it's about 27.5 inches high or something like that. But it's so big, I think it's 34, 36 inches wide, and I don't know, 80 inches long. So, something like that. I don't know. It's just too big to the point where there's so much stuff on it that things get buried. So, also right now, these are the only 2 Kool-Aid packs that I can find. The other ones got lost in the shuffle somewhere, but I know that the rest of them are all together because this came from a different purchase. These are expired from 2021. As soon as I find them, I did get a comment about one of them that I had dyed, and I forget which one it was, but she said to use only 2 cups of water and mix this with. And so when I get to Kool-Aid dyeing again, I'm going to try that, because it says 8 cups of water if you're going to drink it. And that was washed out the color. It was too light. Then I tried 6, and then I dyed all the rest of that stuff. So I'm going to try 2 cups and 4 cups and see what comes out. And I'll do that with the grape, because I think I have 4 grape flavors as soon as I find them. And I have not gotten to my lime sugar-free Jell-O yet, but hopefully by the weekend. This is expired, so I really don't want to throw it out if I can use it to dye paper. I guess I'll have to hand dip those. So I hope you enjoyed this little video here. I do have a video coming up right after this one, hopefully. I got a happy mail in, so that's what's next. So stay tuned.